What if the ELF expanded to a massive 24 teams? You heard that right. 24 teams across the continent of Europe, completely changing the face of American football globally. In this video, we'll dive into potential new cities, conference shakeups, intense rivalries, how talent and the schedule would shift, and what this could mean for the league's future. Trust me, this is going to be wild. Let's get into it. The European League of Football is Europe's top professional American football league. Founded in November of 2020 by Patrick Isume and Zeljko Karadzica, it launched in June of 2021 to address the untapped fan base, especially in Germany. Early on, ELF partnered with the NFL to revive iconic NFL Europe team names like Hamburg Sea Devils and Frankfurt Galaxy, attracting loyal fans. The first season included teams from Germany, Spain, and Poland. While this video is being made, the ELF has 16 teams across 9 countries, with the highest number of teams at one time reaching 17. Champions include Frankfurt Galaxy in 2021, the Vienna Vikings in 2022, and the Rhine Fire in 2023 and 2024. Known for professionalism and competitive play, the league plans to expand to 24 teams, adding franchises and entering new markets. Strong media partnerships and a focus on sustainability makes the ELF the leading force in European American football. In short, ELF has quickly become Europe's top American football league, blending solid foundations with bold growth and expanding influence. Expanding the European League of Football to 24 teams is a bold and strategic move with clear advantages. It would give the league broader representation across Europe, fulfilling its goal of becoming a true pan-European competition. Entering new markets unlocks commercial potential through sponsorships, merchandise, and media deals like the ELF Game Pass. More teams also bring the sport to new cities, fueling fan engagement through local rivalries and increased attendance. A larger league enables a more balanced conference and playoff structure, making the competition fairer and more exciting. It also creates more roster spots, helping develop European talent and strengthen the sport at the grassroots level. Crucially, by aiming for 24 stable, well-supported franchises, the ELF can grow sustainably while boosting its visibility across the continent and beyond. In short, expanding to 24 teams would elevate the league's identity, competitiveness, and long-term success. As of now, the ELF features 16 teams from 9 countries, split into 4 divisions: North, West, South, and East. The newest team, the Nordic Storm, represents both Denmark and Sweden. The North Division includes the Berlin Thunder, the Hamburg Sea Devils, Rhine Fire, and the Nordic Storm. The West has the Cologne Centurions, Frankfurt Galaxy, Paris Musketeers, and the Stuttgart Surge. In the South are the Helvetic Mercenaries, Madrid Bravos, Munich Ravens, and the Tyrol Raiders. The East includes the Feyenoord Enthroners, Wrocław Panthers, Prague Lions, and the Vienna Vikings. Germany leads with 7 teams, highlighting its key role in the league. The ELF continues expanding across Europe, with the long-term goal of growing to 24 teams and creating a stronger, more balanced pan-European competition. Now let's go to the next scene and talk about expansion to 24 teams. What cities and historic teams could be added? Brussels, Belgium is a strong candidate for ELF expansion thanks to its international profile, rich football history, and solid infrastructure. As the capital of both Belgium and the EU, it offers high visibility, easy access, and a metro population of over 1.2 million, perfect for building a strong fan base. American football has been part of the city since 1984, starting with the Brussels Raiders. The Brussels Black Angels, founded in 1987, remain a leading club, supported by teams like the Brussels Bulls and Tigers, forming a solid local football scene. Stade Fallon, with a 9,000-seat capacity, could host ELF games with minor upgrades, and other venue options are available. Potential team names include the Brussels Guardians, Titans, Phantoms, Wolves, and Capitals. With strong local roots and global reach, Brussels is well positioned for the ELF's future growth. Lisbon, Portugal is a strong candidate for expansion due to its size, visibility, and untapped potential. With a metro population of over 3 million and more than 20 million annual visitors, it offers a large market and international appeal. Portugal currently has no team, and adding Lisbon would expand the league's reach in southern Europe. The city has a rich sports culture, and while American football is still growing, it already has local teams and a dedicated fan base. University Stadium of Lisbon is a multi-purpose stadium often used for American football and rugby. Smaller and more flexible than the big football stadiums, it's ideal for growing an ELF franchise, with a typical capacity of 8,000 to 10,000 depending on configurations. Possible team names include Lisbon Navigators, Conquistadors, and Lusitans. With strong infrastructure and room to grow, Lisbon is a natural choice for the ELF's future. Now let's take a look at historic locations with teams from the past, some dating back over 20 years, that could make a strong comeback in the ELF. The first historic name to bring back is the London Monarchs, a trailblazing team that played from 1991 to 1992 in the WLAF, and then from 1995 to 1998 in NFL Europe. They made history by winning the first World Bowl in 1991 and helped introduce American football to a broader European audience. While their debut season was a high point, the team struggled afterwards, finishing with a 26-33-1 record and never returning to the playoffs. Attendance peaked at 45,000 at Wembley, but dropped sharply as the team rebranded and moved games outside of London. Still, the Monarchs left behind a powerful legacy and remain one of the most recognizable names from the NFL Europe era. Reviving them in the European League of Football would tap into that legacy, ignite nostalgia, and connect with London's growing NFL fan base. The Den is just over 20,000 in South Bermondsey. The Monarchs could return as a strong, stable, and competitive team for a new era. The Amsterdam Admirals were one of NFL Europe's most stable and respected teams, active from 1995 to 2007. Based in the Netherlands, they built a loyal fan base, played in 3 World Bowls, and won the championship in 2005. Known for developing NFL talent like Kurt Warner and Adam Vinatieri, the Admirals played at the Olympisch Stadion and later the Amsterdam Arena, averaging strong crowds between 10,000 to 16,000. Bringing the Admirals back in the European League of Football would revive a proven brand with deep roots in Amsterdam sports culture. With the historic Olympisch Stadion offering an ideal venue, the team's return would honor its legacy and reignite interest in American football in the Netherlands. The Scottish Claymores were NFL Europe's team in Scotland from 1995 to 2004, named after the historic Highland Sword. Splitting home games between Edinburgh and Glasgow, they won World Bowl IV in 1996 after a dramatic turnaround from a 2-8 debut season. They reached the final again in 2000 and developed future NFL stars like Dante Hall and Joe Andruzzi. With a regular season record of 43-57 and solid average attendance of over 11,000, the Claymores had strong local support, though not enough to match Germany's growing fan base. The team was eventually replaced in 2005. Reviving the Claymores in the ELF would bring back a unique brand with Scottish identity and real history. With renewed interest in the sport and venues like Meadowbank Stadium in Edinburgh offering the right scale, the timing is right for a Claymores comeback. The Leipzig Kings were a professional American football team in the European League of Football from 2021 to mid-2023 when financial issues forced them to withdraw. Despite their early exit, the Kings brought competitive energy, cultural diversity, and growing fan support to a region otherwise underrepresented in the ELF. They posted an 11-16 record over 27 games, with Japanese receiver Yoshihito Omi standing out as the ELF's first Asian player. Attendance averaged around 2,350 per game and was rising, peaking near 3,000 in their final 2023 home game. The team played at Alfred Kunze Sport Park with a capacity of 4,999, a fitting venue for a growing franchise. Leipzig remains a promising market with strong sports culture and fan potential. Reviving the Kings would bring balance to the league's geography, tap into a loyal base, and give a fresh start to a team that showed real promise before its premature exit. The Barcelona Dragons played in the European League of Football from 2021 to 2024, reviving the historic NFL Europe name to reintroduce American football in Spain. Based in Catalonia, they mainly used Estadi Municipal de Reus with a capacity of 4,200, with some games at larger venues like Estadi Olímpic de Terrassa. Across 3 seasons, they went 15-32, drawing 920 to 1,200 fans per game. The Dragons gave the ELF key Spanish representation, though attendance wasn't among the highest, but they did build a loyal following and helped boosted interest in the sport in Spain. With Barcelona's strong sports culture and football infrastructure, reviving the Dragons at Estadi Municipal de Reus would honor their legacy and grow the sport in Spain. The Milano Seamen are one of Italy's most successful American football teams, with a strong legacy dating back to 1981 and 5 national titles since their 2009 re-founding. They joined the European League of Football in 2023, finishing 2-10 in their debut season, and improving to 4-8 in 2024. Based in Milan, the Seamen play at Velodromo Vigorelli, a historic stadium with around 8,000 seats, ideal for ELF standards. While their record sits at 6-18, their attendance wasn't that great. As Italy's only ELF team, the Seamen bring vital regional diversity, a proven fan base, and strong brand recognition. With the team currently on hiatus for 2025, a return in 2026 would restore a key franchise and help expand American football's reach in Southern Europe. The European League of Football's legacy will be shaped by historic teams like the London Monarchs, Amsterdam Admirals, Scottish Claymores, Leipzig Kings, Barcelona Dragons, and the Milano Seamen, each adding local identity and memorable moments to the sport's growth in Europe. While the Seamen are currently on pause for 2025, their impact remains. As they target 24 teams, its future lies in balancing tradition with smart expansion, reviving storied franchises where support exists, and exploring new markets, like Lisbon and Brussels, can strengthen the league's reach and relevance. This mix of legacy and new opportunity is key to making American football truly European. As the ELF plans to expand, combining historic teams like the London Monarchs, Amsterdam Admirals, Scottish Claymores, Barcelona Dragons, Milano Seamen, and the Leipzig Kings with new cities such as Lisbon and Brussels, strikes a strong balance between legacy and growth. A 24-team league could be organized into 4 divisions of 6 teams each, supporting a structured and competitive format. Each team would play 14 regular season games over 16 weeks, with 2 bye weeks built in for recovery. The schedule would include 10 intra-division games, home and away against each of the 5 divisional opponents, and 4 interdivision games for variety and cross-regional competition. If any games are canceled during the season, they can be rescheduled during a team's individual bye weeks or during the league-wide mandated bye week, ensuring minimal disruption to the overall schedule. This format strengthens rivalries, maintains competitive balance, supports player health, and prepares the league for a sustainable pan-European future with 24 high-level teams. With 24 teams in the league, the ELF can create a postseason format that celebrates divisional success, maintains competitive balance, and sets the stage for thrilling matchups leading to the ELF Championship. 4 division winners and 3 wildcard teams based on best records qualify, with the top seed getting a first-round bye. The wildcard round features seed number 2 versus seed number 7, seed number 3 versus seed number 6, and seed number 4 versus seed number 5. Winners move on to the semi-finals, where the top seed number 1 faces the lowest remaining seed, and the other 2 winners square off, and the winners of the semi-finals advance to the championship game. The championship is held at a rotating neutral site venue across Europe, ensuring accessibility and promoting league visibility. This format balances rewarding division winners with home field advantage, while also giving strong non-division teams a shot at the title through wildcard spots. The structure intensifies competition, setting the stage for thrilling upsets and memorable matchups. This playoff system ensures the best teams from each division are rewarded, while keeping the postseason exciting and unpredictable, ultimately crowning the true European champion. Now we turn to the division breakdowns, beginning with the North Division. This group features teams from across Northern Europe and the British Isles, blending established names with promising new markets. Representing the UK, the London Monarchs bring their legacy from the heart of England. Germany fields two strong contenders in the Hamburg Sea Devils and the Berlin Thunder, both rooted in cities with deep football traditions. The Nordic Storm, based in Copenhagen, Denmark. From the Netherlands, the Amsterdam Admirals make their return, while Scotland is represented by the historic Scottish Claymores, operating out of Edinburgh. Altogether, the North Division combines history, regional pride, and strategic growth across key European cities. Next is the West Division, anchored by teams from France, Belgium, and Western Germany, an ideal setup for intense cross-border rivalries. The Paris Musketeers represent the French capital with flair, while the Brussels Phantoms bring Belgium into the spotlight with a team based in the heart of Europe. Germany is well represented with four clubs: the Cologne Centurions, Frankfurt Galaxy, Stuttgart Surge, and the Rhine Fire from Düsseldorf. Each team adds its own flavor to a region rich in football tradition, setting the stage for high-stakes matchups and passionate fan bases. Now we turn to the South Division, featuring a strong mix of Iberian, Italian, and Alpine representation. Spain leads the way with two major teams, the Madrid Bravos and the Barcelona Dragons, showcasing the sport's growing presence on the Iberian Peninsula. Portugal enters the field with the Lisbon Navigators, adding another dynamic capital city to the lineup. Italy is represented by the Milano Seamen, bringing tradition and competitiveness from Milan. From the Alpine region, the Helvetic Mercenaries operate out of Wil, while Austria's Tyrol Raiders based in Innsbruck round out the division. This group blends southern flair with mountain toughness, creating a diverse and competitive landscape. Now for the final division, the East Division brings together teams from Central and Eastern Europe, forming a competitive and geographically diverse group. Austria's Vienna Vikings lead the way with a strong football tradition, joined by Germany's Munich Ravens and the Leipzig Kings, two teams from key cities with growing fan bases. Poland is represented by the Wrocław Panthers, while the Prague Lions bring Czechia into the spotlight. Rounding out the division are the Fehérvár Enthroners from Hungary, based in Székesfehérvár. This division showcases the sport's continued expansion into emerging football markets across the heart of Europe. Together, these four divisions highlight the depth and reach of the league across Europe, blending historic franchises with emerging teams in key markets. From the storied football hubs of Germany and the UK to the rising scenes in Iberia, Central, and Eastern Europe, the structure sets the stage for fierce rivalries, regional pride, and a truly continental competition. The league is not just expanding, it's uniting a diverse landscape under the banner of European football. With 24 teams across Europe, the ELF would spark intense rivalries fueled by regional pride, history, and cultural ties. Classic matchups like the Rhine Fire versus the Frankfurt Galaxy and the Berlin Thunder versus the Hamburg Sea Devils revive long-standing German battles, while the Vienna Vikings versus the Tyrol Raiders highlights Austria's fierce competition. Historic clashes return with the London Monarchs versus the Scottish Claymores, and new rivalries emerge between neighboring cities like Paris versus Brussels and Barcelona versus Madrid. From the Alpine showdown of the Milano Seamen versus the Tyrol Raiders to Central Europe's Wrocław Panthers versus the Prague Lions, these rivalries would energize fans and shape the league's identity. There could be even more great rivals. And don't forget, division rivals could also be some of the best overall. Expanding to 24 teams across Europe would increase excitement by offering more games, reaching new markets, and engaging more fans. It grows the sport's popularity in fresh cities and creates richer rivalries, boosting intensity and unpredictability. By having a bigger league, the ELF could secure large TV deals worldwide, not just in Europe, ensuring long-term growth. Game days will be electric, with packed stadiums and passionate fans fueling every high-stakes rivalry. With that, the ELF promises unforgettable moments and thrilling action. Expanding to 24 teams raises a key question. Is there a risk of talent overload or an opportunity for growth? Introducing a European draft, with several rounds for European players and 1 to 2 for international talent, could turn this into a major advantage. A draft levels the playing field by letting weaker teams pick top prospects first, balancing competition and avoiding dynasties. It encourages scouting and development of homegrown talent while limiting international picks to preserve the league's European identity and quality. The draft also drives yearly improvement, giving teams a way to strengthen their rosters. It would boost investment in youth programs, expanding the player pool and raising the sports standard across Europe. Plus, draft events build excitement and media attention. Most importantly, this system supports sustainable growth by controlling international imports and spreading opportunity evenly. Currently, the ELF has open recruitment, so a draft would be a big step toward professionalism and parity. In short, a European and international draft would turn expansion into a growth engine, deepening talent, balancing competition, and helping the ELF thrive as Europe's top American football league. Expanding the league would boost revenue, sponsorship, and media deals by reaching new markets across Europe. It would create jobs, drive local tourism, and encourage urban development around stadiums. While growth brings higher costs, fair revenue sharing and sustainable management can maintain balance. A larger league also enhances brand value, supports youth talent, and builds resilience. With smart planning, the ELF could become a major economic force in European sports. Expanding the ELF from 16 to 24 teams offers benefits like a broader fan base, more competitive matchups, and increased media revenue, but also presents challenges such as oversaturation, logistical complexities, and the risk of diluting talent. More teams boost revenue, create new rivalries, and supports jobs and local economies. A draft system helps maintain fair competition and makes clubs more appealing to investors. However, more games risk player fatigue, scheduling issues, and unequal revenue distribution. Success depends on careful management to balance growth with quality and fairness. So, what do you think? Could expanding to 24 teams be the breakthrough the ELF needs? More teams means more rivalries and a lot more thrilling football across Europe. But there are definitely challenges to keep in mind. What cities do you think deserve a team? Which rivalries are you most pumped to see? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button, drop a comment, and subscribe for more sports analysis. Got any what-if scenarios you want me to cover next? Let me know in the comments. For more content and much more, please click up here to dive into more videos. And thank you so much for watching. Your support is really appreciated. I'm Sportsigator, and I'll catch you guys next time. Until then, keep loving sports. And for the final part before I wrap up, I just want to take a moment and say thank you to everyone who helped bring this video to life.